Good evening to all the panel members. Because I have hearing Anil sir, Anil Kumar has been explained well, and Mishra sir also told on behalf of the pharmaceuticals, and you are excellently explained the things as now Indian's economy is, as well as its population is growing rapidly, creating a large middle class with resources to afford medicines for domestic, Western and third world markets. Further, the Indians' epidemical profile is also changing, so demand for medicine for treating cardiovascular problems, disorders of the central nervous systems and other chronic diseases like asthma and diabetes increasing expansionally. Together, these factors means that Indian pharmaceutical manufacturers having a promise potential for pharmaceutical formulations. India has growing a pharmaceutical industry of its own and is likely to become a competitor of global pharma industries. India is called as the pharmacy of world. It has considerable manufacturing expertise. Indian companies are among the world leaders in the production of generic and vaccines. In the ongoing COVID-19 situation, India producers are likely to take a role large role on the world stage and potentially partners with the global pharma companies to crunch out their vaccines productions to cater the worlds. Indian companies have also started entering into the realm of R&D. Some of the leaders local producers now started conducting the original research. India India has a strong systems of high education, pharma and medicines field, well positioned to serve as a source for the research talent. Clinical trials can also be conducted here much more cost effectively than in many developed nations, and some local companies are being to develop the required expertise. All these factors add up to the strong case of the pertaining to the Indian companies. Third, R&D, clinical trial, testing, and formulation and manufacturing. Further, healthcare has become one of the key positions of the Indian government, and it has launched a new policies and programs to boost local access and affordability to qualify the healthcare and medicines. Due to all these factors, global players in the pharma industry cannot afford to ignore the India. Our country as a producing by many will be the most populous in the 2050 and will make and its mark as growing a market potential competitors in pharma sectors. Recently, Indian government has come out with a initiative scheme for developing the bulk drug APIs and KSMs in order to reduce the dependency on China imports. It has been proposed to launch a new bulk drug park in various states, and these measures will lead to that more energy in the Indian pharmaceutical sectors. India pharma industries is a large held by the private companies, contributing a major chunk revenue to the exchequer. However, the major requirement of the drug by the government, hospitals and institutions meant by the public sector pharma manufacturers. PSU pharma companies under the Department of Pharmaceutical Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers have played a major role in the supplying of the critical drugs, PPE kit to the COVID hospitals and institutions. Whereas KAPL, Karnataka Antibiotics and Pharmaceuticals being a leading pharma manufacturing has been supplied a COVID related drugs like azithromycin 250 mg and 500 mg worth of 100 crores, paracetamol tablets 500 mg worth of 40 crores, and levofloxacin tablets worth of 20 crores. Apart from that, it is also supplying the alcohol-based hand sanitizer to the public. In coming days, the KAPL and the other PSU pharma companies are likely to play the important role in bulk drug APIs and KSM's manufacturing as well as. Sir, already my colleague Mr. Anil Kumar has been explained how the pharmaceutical contribution to the nation, and in the same time Dinesh Abrol also brought so many government policies and other things, and the same time Mishra also has been told. I have not repeat the what they have told. As per that Dinesh Abrol, the government of India has been made a purchase preference policy. On that purchase preference policy, all many only few PSUs are utilizing. Among that, Karnataka Antibiotics are also one of the major public sector is utilizing the purchasing preference policy. To that only we almost 35 years we made a profit, and our growth and other things will be every year 30%. And we also other state government also supporting to the purchase preference policy, sir. Sir, in this contents, I am requesting the importance of pharmaceutical sector for the future of the people is very, very important. How the food is important to that peoples, the same way the pharma medicines also required to live peacefully in the world, sir. We are trying to contact all the peoples because the HCL is under loss. They are not getting the salaries, and at the same time, only two sectors are making profit and working. One is Karnataka Antibiotics. You have been already explained that state partnership, Kerala Pharmaceuticals, and that Kolkata based one BPCL. These three companies are working now marginally good in that. It is very difficult to gather the peoples. I will try to gather the peoples and make a good one common platform to present our needs to the government. Sir, we have met our minister Sadanand
Yeah.
Gowda ji several times. He has
Yeah.
been promised I will work to save all the public sectors. Later onwards, we went and he himself has been called and told the saving of the public sector is not with my hand, it is with the Prime Minister hand. Prime Minister already cleared that cabinet to disinvest. In this regard, he has been told I cannot interfere with that Prime Minister decision. I am sorry. If you are survival, you make a profit and work hard, and till that government policy you survive. I cannot help. This way he has been answered, sir. How can public sector can survive, sir? Nowadays they have started for the API drugs, bulk drug APIs. That is also a discussion took place with that our minister, and simultaneously he said merger of the PSUs. Sir, how many PSUs are merging? It will work out, sir. HAL infrastructure is thousands together crores, and BPCL infrastructure 1,000 crores and above. IDPL infrastructure is more than that. Whereas the small sector like Karnataka Antibiotics and RDPL, it is infrastructure is hardly 200 to 250 crores. Is it possible to merger? The HAL is huge loss making company. Can we merger with that HAL? How we can survival with that policy? So many things are there daily. The government is telling so many this thing to discuss the people, sir. How can we comment on that costly? because government, each government will purchase a medicines on a average of 1,000 crores. It is altogether, if you taken into the Indian purchasing this thing, it is 40,000 crores. If they wanted to give 1% of the PSUs, it will comes to 4,000 crores, sir. We our total PSUs can survival with that. The government is not at all supporting. They are only few state government like our Kerala government is supporting, Karnataka government is supporting. Only two, three governments are supporting throughout India. If all the governments are supporting to the purchase preference policy, all PSUs can save, sir. But public sector cannot give so much of discount to sell our products because we are paying the higher wages, and private sectors are not paying that like public sector's wages and facility to their employees. They are giving the discount to the doctors and medical stores. This is a main, we are public sectors are depend on the government policies and purchase preference policy. In that only we can survive, sir. We cannot compete with our open market, sir.